So today I wanted to talk about Power Query, tool you can use in Excel or Power BI. More specifically, I wanted to talk about the Power Query Advanced Editor. So right now I have a bunch of tables that I've loaded to Excel here via Power Query. I'm pretty lazy, and this is way before I worked with any data modeling, so I just have a bunch of tables here. Back in my experimental phase. This is from a dashboard I'm sure I published on LinkedIn, where I looked at federal inflation rates for the United States, and I compared them to our different federal departments. Department of Agriculture, Department of Defense, etc. Here in Power Query, I'm working with those data cleaning steps, right? See, I have like several applied steps to this specific set. I've got my source. Here it automatically promoted the headers and detected their types. You can see some numbers over here. I'm sure there's going to be a text field somewhere down the way. Nope, all numbers. Oh, that's how that goes. Rename some columns, merged queries, etc. And the list goes on and on. Each one of these steps has an associated code, and that code is called M, the M language, yeah. And here, while still in Power Query, if you go to the Advanced Editor, under Home, you can see each step that led up to your most recent. So last thing I did was replace some values. You can see here's the promoted header step. There it is, the change type. Look over on the table on the right, you'll see it's there. Renamed columns, merged queries, etc. I'm not an M expert, but when you're looking at the code, you can see certain trends, right? Here it's interpreting a CSV document, and it has the source on my desktop to where that CSV is. Has the delimiter here, columns, etc. When you're renaming columns or changing the data type, has the data type here and the names and quotes. The M language itself is case sensitive, yeah, so capitalize things like table and transform, etc. But the magic of this is when you have multiple CSVs or multiple data files that come from the same piece of equipment. For example, at work I have a similar brand of data loggers, and though I have 5 data loggers all across different geolocations, I can copy and paste the code from the Advanced Editor here under Home, paste it into a new query, and then just change my source file here. So I'll try and demonstrate that real quick, but I don't have a duplicate of this, so I won't be changing the source file. Just going to select all that, copy it, then over here in my queries, I'm going to do a new blank query. New query, other sources, blank query. Here in the Advanced Editor, I'll paste everything I just had. And as I was saying, if I had a differently named CSV file, say like datalogger1, datalogger2.csv, I would insert that. And as you can see, it gives you a perfect replication of the query. This has helped me at work a lot, especially with my Power BI dashboards, since with big businesses or even small businesses, you tend to be using the same forms of data acquisition. And once you put all that together, you can kind of save yourself some data cleaning steps. If you know there's always going to be an error message where there should be numerical values, or you know you're always going to want to pivot after doing a certain amount of steps. That's just something I found convenient and something I learned about recently, going through a lot of data camp experiments. So I hope that's helpful to you. Power Query Advanced Editor.